Hey everybody, Scott Bayvel here, pro triathlete living in Sunshine Coast, Australia, originally from South Africa, if the voice didn't give it away already. Precision Hydration, which is one of my partners and sponsors, asked me to put together a video just explaining a little bit of how I like to go into a taper week. Now, the whole reason to go into a taper week is usually when you have an event or a specific race coming up and you really want to try and sharpen that body to make sure that it is primed and ready come race day, so you are fit, firing, and just ready to go. For myself and a lot of other athletes, typically for a taper week, 7 days before a 70.3 race, or if you're doing something like an Ironman, it might be a little bit longer than 7 days, but typically a taper week is, as the name suggests, 1 week long. Now, the whole reason behind a taper week is obviously to allow the body to absorb all the prior training that we've done up until this point, so that now that the body can actually take all that load, that volume, all that training that we've done, and basically absorb it so that your body can recover and get ready for the race itself. What I typically like to do in a taper week is I always decrease the total weekly volume of training. So on a typical week, I might do 22 to 25 hours of training. But when you are tapering, you try and reduce that down to 9 hours, maybe even less sometimes. That's excluding the race itself. So call the race 4 hours or whatever else it is. So the whole point behind a taper week is you wanting to reduce your total overall volume as well as intensity. But now just remember, in a taper week, you still need to keep the body sharp, firing, and basically active. So what I like to do, and a lot of other athletes like to do, is what we call primer sessions. So take a 1 hour bike session, for example. You can do 30 seconds on, 1 minute off, 30 seconds on, 1 minute off. Just something short and sharp, and it doesn't have to be an extended amount of time because you don't want to damage or fatigue the legs or the muscles of the body too much, but you're just wanting to elicit that correct amount of intensity in order to get the right amount response, if that makes sense. So for my taper week, that is pretty much what I do leading up into a race. So I've got 70.3 Geelong coming up on the 21st of February, and my taper will actually start easing into it on the Saturday before. I'll still do very specific work the Saturday and the Sunday, but come Monday is pretty much one session a day, an hour max per day leading up into the race. And like I mentioned, just those primer sessions, race specific, not long intervals, very short intervals, just getting the body ready for firing and domination pretty much. During taper week, I also really like to get on top of my stretching, my foam rolling, the Normatec recovery boots. All those little recovery modalities I think are super, super crucial during taper week, because you want to try rest and recover the body as much as possible so that you can have and give yourself the best chance on race day. A taper week doesn't have to be anything special. All that you got to focus on is listening to your body, I think, is the main thing. You got to kind of suss out for yourself the right amount of volume and intensity, because every person is individual. But also, one of the most important things while we're speaking about it is hydration. I mean, you can do all the preparation you want for a race, but if you aren't staying hydrated, it's just going to have a knock-on effect for whatever event you've got coming up. So stay hydrated, stay fueled, stay energized, and everything else that you can do to give yourself the best fighting chance come race day. So, guys, good luck for anyone who's got some upcoming races. Stay hydrated, and I wish you all the best in your tapering. Hope everyone's keeping safe.